Hey everybody, we're here in Wyoming. Today we're going to be exploring a piece of forgotten World War II history. Wyoming might seem like an interesting place to have World War II history because it's so far out of the way. However, this spot before me, underneath this mountain, Heart Mountain, back in 1942 to 1945, once held 11,000 Japanese people, citizens, who were taken, who lived on the coast of California and were evacuated, over 100,000 of them, to 10 different camps across the US, one of them being here. This was done because of suspicion that they were spies and things like that during the Second World War as the United States was fighting against Japan. Now, this was frankly a very unjust thing to happen. However, the camp is still here. There's little pieces that remain, and we're going to explore the little bit that's here and also dive into some of the history behind what happened here. Back in World War II, the president ordered Order 9066, which was to evacuate all of the internees to different locations here in the West. This Heart Mountain was one of the big ones that held up to 11,000 people in its peak and held people since 1942 to 1945. We're going to go check it out. It might be crazy to think that the place behind me, it looks so empty, only a handful of years ago was the third biggest city in the state of Wyoming, almost, in the course of a single year. The Japanese prisoners who were here were held here under guard from 1942 to November of 1945 after the president's issue of Order 9066, which was to remove from the coast, from California and all those other places, the Japanese people who they suspected of being in touch with the Japanese army. And so many of them were moved out here, and this is a place where it was very difficult for these people, and they had to leave almost everything behind. A very tragic thing and forgotten thing about World War II. And we're going to check out the remnants of some of the buildings and some things that were left behind, even from way back then, that are still there. That is what this camp used to look like back in 1944. This camp had over 450 barracks and covered 740 acres with 11,000 people. Incredible to think that so many people lived here, now it's so empty. This is a map of the relocation center. That's where we are right now. That's where we're going to check out. Look at all of those apartments, 450 of them. They also had swimming pools, newspapers, high school, and a lot of other things. Over here, what we're going to go see is what is the hospital. This is the hospital. So this is where most of the camp was, or nearly all of it. And this was on one of the outskirts. This is the remains of some of the hospital buildings. The hospitals were run by members of the camp, the internees, the Japanese, and this is where they worked. There's many more buildings back then. There was over 450 of them. Now today, only like the administrative building and these hospital buildings survive. There was over 500 babies born in the camp, and there was many doctors and physicians and nurses here. And so we're going to explore the remains. Most of these buildings apparently were in really bad condition when the Japanese got here. And if you're from here, you'll know that it gets really cold in the winters. And these guys had a really hard time, which is a very shame thing to hear, because it is really cold. But these are the old fragments of the buildings, and that is the main chimney tower. There's some foundations, bits and pieces of stuff. I think they took out all of these big barracks and they sold them, and now they're like houses and stuff around here. So here's some foundations. And just little bits and pieces of stuff over here. I don't know exactly what this place looked like back in the day, but I'm sure it looked very different and probably a lot less sagebrush. Look at that. So that is a picture of the old internment camp. That is the smokestack. Look pretty spooky looking. I bet that picture that was taken on the other side, because we have some foundations. Boom, 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 boom. They go all the way down. I bet that's what that is. Let's check out this thing. So it was ran by the boiler house. Oh, there's some stuff back there. I wonder if that's what it is. Okay, it doesn't look like it's working much today. Looks a little spooky, not gonna lie. And it's tall too, dang. It's like one of the tallest buildings in this area. Let's take a peek of what's inside. Not much. Looks like you could use an update though. I like the echo. Oh, look at that. That is. Wow, is this a toy car? I honestly don't know. Check this out. What do you think? Oh wow. It's like a... I'm not sure what that is. Just a big, huge pile of something. Look at that. Old wires and stuff. They kept the people in the camp in with, huh? Dang. It's kind of cool. I'm just walking around the outside of the camp, but there's just a lot of stuff still just lying around like this. Old can. Man, I wonder what that was. Oh, wow. This is like a mirror on a car or something. Dang. Holy buckets. What is that down there? Is that a car? Oh my gosh, that's a car. No ways. That's kind of awesome. Dang, look at all the kind of just garbage and stuff everywhere. There's just piles of stuff left behind. Like, look at all this. Dang. Wonder what all this was about. Clearly they didn't want to clean up after themselves. Oh, snap. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, dang, it's a car. No ways. We gotta go down there. Oh, yeah. That is a car, right? I honestly can't tell you what kind of a car it was. Whoops. Oh, wow, look at that. An old pot. World War II car. Hopefully they don't get bit by a snake or something. Won't you look at this beauty? This mess of wire everywhere. They said that the internees have wire around them and guards. I doubt this is the wire that was used, but maybe it's like old foam wire. Still though, the amount of resources it would have took. Incredible. Oh, look at that. Wow. Old flower cup. I still have no idea how that car got there, and I really, really want to know. Well, that was pretty interesting. I'm gonna call that the dump site. Just like a bunch of garbage and like wires and tons of cans and stuff. It's been sitting there since like 1945. So, yeah, they don't clean them up around here. But we're gonna check out the rest of the buildings and hopefully see what else we used to be in this hospital. Oh, what are you, I wonder? MD. Can. No ways. Check this out. Is that what is that? Is that like a lamp or something? It's a sort of ceramic? I don't know. I think so. Check that out. Hello. You are an old bed and a toilet. Let's go. Dang, these were probably hospital beds. That's wild. What is that? Is that a door handle? A latch? It's got to be some kind of a latch. I don't know the special significance between these piles of wrecks, but they're kind of cool. Here's a nice overview of the museum. Check out the museum. It's pretty awesome. We would have gone today, but it was closed. But it's built with the old barracks. See, that's what one of the barracks looked like back there. Back in the day, 450 of those. That's crazy. But it was a pretty lit museum. So if you guys want to learn some cool history, World War II history, check that place out. Look at this crater. Whoa. I know that's just like a boiler, but it looks like a bomb that just blew this crater open. Dang. Sick. Here by this old building, and I found some old foundations. It's funny. I don't think you're leading to a whole lot of much anymore. Let's take a trip up memory lane. Lovely. If there's ever a bushfire here and we need someone to take it out, I'm coming here. Let's go. And we have a big old, I don't know what this is. Platform? Is this a stage? I don't know. Oh, what? There's stairs. Maybe this was a stage. This has got to have been a stage. All right. Well, that was the Japanese internment camp. That was only a little piece, and that was just kind of a big empty area. We're just mostly looking at what they left behind, which wasn't that much. couple of cars though. You gotta say that was cool. Well, if you ever get a chance, come check this place out. But check out the museum down there I pointed to earlier. That museum is phenomenal, and unfortunately we couldn't go there today. It was closed. Next time though, I'll have to go there and check it out. But this a little bit here, the hospital area, was really cool. I learned a lot about this area. I learned a lot about World War II history from here, and deeper appreciation for the things that have happened in those before us, especially looking at all the stuff that they left behind. Well, thanks so much for coming with me on this little trip. I will see you next time.